Alright guys, let's talk about the announcements that were made at San Diego Comic-Con in Hall H regarding Marvel, of course. And my goodness, there was a lot of fun announcements, and obviously the biggest one was the return of Robert Downey Jr. into the MCU, but we'll get into that at the end of this video. But before Kevin Feige entered into Hall H, he made some other announcements in some different articles with some different locations. The first one being that they have no plans to be making an Eternals 2, but honestly, are we surprised? But he never said that we wouldn't see them again. Another thing he talked about was Spider-Man 4, and what's the update with that? Kevin Feige said that him and Amy Pascal are currently working on a script for Spider-Man 4. However, John Watts will not be directing this one. If you don't know who John Watts is, he directed all of these Spider-Man films. Okay, now we're moving on to San Diego Comic-Con announcements. First of all, Captain America 4, aka Captain America Brave New World. Harrison Ford had no problem flexing that he was going to be playing the Red Hulk in Brave New World. We also got to see who the big baddie is. Giancarlo Esposito will be playing Sidewinder. More on that character later. But I'm just so freaking happy that Harrison Ford's in the MCU. Anyway, getting off topic, let's head into Thunderbolts. Love seeing the talented Florence Pugh again, and of course, the wonderful talented Sebastian Stan, along with the rest of the cast. Oh my gosh, that is so much talent in one cast. And let's not forget that David Harbour came out flexing his uniform as Alexei, aka the Red Guardian. And we also saw Ghost will be returning to the MCU, but in Thunderbolts this time. Alright, moving on to Fantastic Four. Finally got the title to Fantastic Four. It is going to be the Fantastic Four First Steps. Based on the footage that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a retro future vibe in the movie. Heck, they even had the Fantastic car come out, and it was shared that Galactus is going to be the big baddie. Honestly, it's about freaking time. Alright, now on to the big announcements. The Russo brothers, yes, the brothers who directed these films right here, will be returning to direct Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Which is interesting because fans have had a lot of different opinions about bringing the Russo brothers back. But you can't deny that they were the ones that did direct the best Marvel movies in my opinion. I give Endgame and Winter Soldier a tie. And okay, the biggest announcement of Hall H. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU, except this time not as Iron Man or Tony Stark, but as the big baddie, Dr. Doom, who is replacing King the Conqueror because Jonathan Majors was found guilty of assault, so did he, and Marvel fired him. At first, I was super excited. I love Robert Downey Jr. He really is just the father of the MCU. Could also argue Jon Favreau is the father of the MCU. But how do you make Tony Stark into Dr. Doom? So how are you going to separate the hero from the villain? Especially after Tony's death was so perfect and heroic. Why would you want to diminish that? So it would be pretty weird if someone who knew Tony Stark saw Dr. Doom and it didn't click that, hey, that guy looks like Tony Stark. There's of course been theories that maybe this is in a different universe, a different multiverse. Maybe this is a variant of Tony Stark, but there are a couple of comic book storylines where Dr. Doom and Tony Stark actually meet. One of them being that they were college roommates at once, and Dr. Doom was able to swap brains with Tony Stark. So how are they going to really escalate Dr. Doom as like a big baddie and give Robert Downey Jr. the hero send-off, but also give him villain juice that he really deserves since he's coming back into the MCU? I mean, you don't want to waste Robert Downey Jr. when he's coming back to the MCU. Make sure that his comeback is awesome and that it's going to be memorable, and it won't ruin our version of the Tony Stark that we have come to love and know the past 14 years. Alright, let me know what you think. Are you excited for Robert Downey Jr. to come back into the MCU? Do you think it's going to taint who he was with Tony Stark? Do you want the Russo brothers back into the MCU, or is it time to kind of move on to a new set of directors? Or is this a Hail Mary that Marvel is doing to kind of gain that momentum back? Let me know in the comments. Follow me, like, more to come on different characters that we met in Deadpool and Wolverine, MCU facts, and new characters that we're going to be meeting in the future movies.